Well, crap. He just gave us a heads up that Space Mountain is not going to open. We're pivoting again. Matterhorn is down. What the Doors are shut. Roger Rabbit, Matterhorn, Space Mountain, Indiana Jones, Rise of the Resistance. 5 attractions, 2.25 hours, getting whiffed completely on the first 3 tries. Good morning, Fresh Baked. We're rope dropping today. We're at Disneyland on this Wednesday morning, 7:35 as we approach the rope drop. A very effervescent and exciting morning so far here at Disneyland. And we're gonna be doing a rope drop test. Well, not really a test per se, because we're gonna be reaffirming our standard rope drop path, or at least most of it anyway. We have a very set, recommended, proven schedule, a proven way to rope drop Space Mountain, Matterhorn, Indy, Big Thunder, that kind of thing, and then Rise of the Resistance. Those are the 5 attractions that we're usually trying to hit on a rope drop morning, and that's what we're going to be doing today. The variables might be if we do Big Thunder first or Indy, and then where we fit Rise of the Resistance. But for sure, we're starting right here in Tomorrowland. That is our current situation here at the Tomorrowland rope drop, where we're going to be rope dropping Space Mountain and trying to beat this crowd more or less. We're here a little late this morning. 7:35 is not quite early enough. If you're trying to, as we have often said, rope drop the rope drop, you probably should be getting here a little bit earlier in order to get closer. You want to get much closer to the rope than we are right now. But I was filming this morning. I was doing a separate rope drop video, filming my path in from Toy Story parking lot and walking it in. So that took a little bit more of our time trying to work that out. So we got here at 7:35. Normally I would like to be here at maybe 7:25 if I can help it. That's a little bit tricky though. So that's why we're doing the other test, the time trials, to see what's the quickest way to get to the Esplanade, the quickest way to get into the park, so that you can get to the rope at 7:25 instead of 7:35. 7:55, and while I was bemoaning the fact that, I wished I was a little bit closer to the rope, getting here at 7:35, it is still far better to get here at 7:35 than it is to get here at 7:55. This queue, this stretch is going to go all the way back towards towards the Plaza Inn, around that corner. There's going to be a lot of competition ahead of you if you're getting here just at rope drop. This is why we say you have to rope drop the rope drop. It's not good enough to get here at rope drop at 8 a.m. You have to get here, you have to rope drop the rope drop. If you can't help it, rope drop the rope drop the rope drop, meaning get here at like 7 a.m. So that you can be one of the first through bag checking, you can be one of the first through the gate, so that gets you here earlier into the front of the line. But you got to rope drop the rope drop. 7:30 is like, for me, like the minimum time you should be getting here.
It's a late opening this morning, so they're not going to be opening on time. But start to Buzz Lightyear and Astro Orbiter will be ready for you, and all the other attractions will be available for you.
Well, crap. Well, now what? Okay, so if you didn't hear him, this is kind of, they do that. Often they don't do that. He just gave us a heads up that Space Mountain is not going to open with the park, and then the rope is just dropped. Okay, so we're going to pivot quickly. We're going to pivot to Matterhorn, actually. The goal here is, when this happens, when Space Mountain does not open with the park, you want to try to, if you can, loiter in this area, do things in this space, close to Space Mountain, so that you can be here when it does open. And the last time this happened, we had a fantastic result. Space didn't open, Matterhorn didn't open. So we went to Runaway Railway, and by the time we got back to Tomorrowland, everything was fine. We actually beat our time through Space Mountain, getting there after they reopened. So that's where we're heading first. We're going to go to Matterhorn first. Okay. So the expectation is people are leaving the queue at oh my gosh, are we doing this again? Are we doing this again? This does not look good. People are, nope. Okay, so we're pivoting again. Matterhorn is down. I think I asked when I did this last time, I'm like, do I even have a video at this point? I don't know, because like I can't even do the traditional strategy. Okay, so we're going to Runaway Railway, trying to stay in the neighborhood if we can, because no matter what, the goal is to get Space Mountain handled at rope drop-ish, because it doesn't take long for Space Mountain to get bonkers. It just doesn't. So you don't want to be far away when it does open. So we're going to go to Runaway Railway, maybe Roger Rabbit. We're going to keep an eye. This is where you need to be watching the app. It's too early for me to see, but just keep an eye on the tip board and see if you see those attractions open up. And as soon as one does, head for that. Now, if it doesn't happen, before we're done with Runaway Railway, we'll jump over to Roger Rabbit, knock those out, and then hope for the best. Guys, have I got a site for you, a site called Whatnot. It's a live streaming shopping platform where you can buy, sell, or auction just about anything that interests you. There are streams, there are pages that are dedicated to just Disney merchandise. That's all they do every day. Disney pins, Disney cards, you name it. Now, I personally don't collect pins or cards, but one thing I do collect are movies. Even more so now, I'm cutting the cord. I've started cutting the cord on streaming services. Not completely, but I'm getting there on streaming services, which means I'm buying more physical media than I ever have in the past. And that's hard to do nowadays because they're not available in stores, right? Whatnot has been perfect for me. And I'll tell you this, Whatnot is also the closest I think that I've ever come to having that feeling of going to Blockbuster. Lately, I've been going into the Whatnot site, looking for streams, looking for videos that I can share with my wife. Videos, nostalgic movies, movies that I want her to see that we can share on a date night. Like this one right here. I've never seen it. Liz has never seen it, and I want to own it. So I put my bid in. 5 seconds later, I am the owner of an Al Pacino classic. It was such a cool feeling. It felt like I had just gone to Blockbuster and rented a video, but of course I get to keep it. I don't have to return it. I get to keep this one. And that's because the prices are so good. Less than half, sometimes even more than what you might normally pay for in retail. And we're not just talking about used copies or library copies. There are new shrink-wrapped versions of some of these videos available, and you can get them for a steal. Check out this haul so far. This is one of the packages that I got recently. By the way, service has been great. Everybody that I dealt with, very professional, very timely. We got this in a matter of a couple days. Great titles, vintage stuff that I love. Movies that I've wanted to share with Liz for a long time. And some stuff that I haven't seen for a long time. Come on, Dirty Harry. I mean, you can buy hard to find stuff that you can't just go to the store and get, all on Whatnot. It's great. I even had to get this guy because this is what people call me all the time when I'm in the park. I'm so excited about Whatnot. They want you to experience Whatnot so badly that through this promotion, you can get $15. They're offering $15 credit towards your next purchase on Whatnot. Just use the link in the description or the QR code right here. Let them know the Fresh Bake sent you. We love Whatnot. We'll see them again soon. But for us, for now, we need to get back to work. Now, I will say that I don't like rope dropping railway. I don't even like having Runaway Railway near the top of my list of things to do, like before even 10 a.m.
Not yet. Roger Rabbit's open and the coach.
Oh my God. Runaway Railway is... Dude! What the Doors are shut. They're keeping us out. I did hear him say, Roger Rabbit, this is barnacles. How is this possible? I don't even know what I was talking about just now. I don't even know what the point is that I was trying to make. I think I was talking about Roger Rabbit. I don't like rope dropping Roger Rabbit. Yeah, we'll talk about that in this queue. Because I don't like doing attractions that take a long time. Come on, light. Oh my God, I'm so flustered. There we go. I'm so flustered right now. I don't like attractions that take a long time in the morning. Runaway Railway has a very long queue that takes a while just to walk through it. Plus it has a pre-show. Plus it's a longer than average ride itself. It's like 4 or 5 minutes. I like doing attractions that are quick to get on, quick to get off, because you want to knock out stuff as quickly as possible. while you're in that 2-hour rope drop period. So Runaway Railway, I don't mind waiting until 10 or 11 for that one because it's a lovely queue. It's a delightful queue to be in. To spend 30 minutes in, I don't have a problem with that. Plus, you're over here at the ass end of the park, and it's you're away from everything. But in this case, in this scenario, we're here because I'm trying to stay close to Tomorrowland. And we have arrived already. We walked straight to loading area as we should at 8:05 a.m. And we'll be in our vehicle in just a minute.
You again. Keep it on the road this time, huh?
Here you go. Time for a nice spin.
Danger. Warning. Warning. Danger.
All right, that's 8:12 getting out of Roger Rabbit's, and things are not looking good. By the way, before we even get into how things look now, while I was in the queue, I did look. Indiana Jones also did not open. Incredible. Indiana Jones also did not open a rope drop, nor did Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I would have been asked out no matter where we started this morning. So for anybody who was having second thoughts or second guessing about your starting location, it's bad out there everywhere. Five attractions down, all e-tickets at rope drop, and that includes Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I checked the door there; it's still not open, so I'm not going to waste any time hanging around there because it's just not worth it. And like I said, I don't mind coming back here at 11 or noon or something like that to ride Runaway Railway. So we're going to get out of here and just try to find ourselves somewhere else to go. Big Thunder is basically our only option right now, which is not great. I normally don't like doing Big Thunder until maybe 9:30 or so because they're not running very many trains. They only run, they don't run their full suite of trains at the rope. They add them in incrementally. So even though you're getting, I'm looking at Matterhorn, I think I see people getting in a queue. See that there are people, or are they just loitering? I see a number on the board also. It looks like people are lining up in the hopes. I see a 5 minutes on the board. That's a queue. That's open. It's open. Matterhorn is open. Let me see. Does the tip board say that? No, the tip board still says it's closed. So we're ahead of things here. It looks like they're opening just the Fantasyland side, but that's plenty good enough for me. We're about 100th in line, I'd say, maybe 150. And that there helps support my theory, my idea that you want to try to stay in the neighborhood for these key attractions. Rope drop attractions, Space Mountain and Matterhorn are key. You want to get those done in the morning as soon as possible because they get so busy so fast. It gets to be unmanageable so quickly. Matterhorn and Space Mountain are both very difficult attractions to try to hit in the middle of the day at noon or 1 o'clock. And so I'm trying to stay in the neighborhood so that if I can get lucky, it gives me a chance to get lucky. Now, if this hadn't opened, I would have gone to Big Thunder. I would have headed straight that way, but seeing the guests queuing up here was a good sign. And we're into this queue at 8:15. Looks like things are backing up quickly here at the Matterhorn. There's still no Tomorrowland side. The queue is now down there along that stretch that runs parallel with Tomorrowland side. So that's exactly what I'm talking about. It fills up very quickly, especially if they're loading just one side. We're doing okay ourselves. We are now at 8:23, so we've been in this queue for, oh shoot, I forgot what time we got in this queue. What did I say, 8:15? It's been 8 minutes? Just check the app, Space Mountain open. I don't even know, it might have opened before Matterhorn did, but I forgot to look before. So we're gonna hope, we might be too late to get any sort of benefit, rope drop benefit from Space Mountain because it's gonna take us another 10 minutes to get there. It's 9:25 right now. We're gonna have a few minutes on Matterhorn, then it's gonna take us about 5 minutes to walk over there. So we're not gonna get there till 9:30 probably, 8:30. I don't know what time it is. Anyway, we might be too late, but we're gonna go anyway.
Ajustado y mantenga las manos para sus pies y piernas. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
All right, well, that took a little bit longer than I thought. 8:30 now. We got to hustle. It's 8:30 now. We have to hustle over to Space Mountain and hope, fingers crossed, that we're not there 5 minutes too late, because minutes matter. Hi, guys. Hi. Hi, guys. Good morning. Okay, steady stream of guests. One thing that we can hope for with this late open for Space Mountain is that you're not getting that rope drop crush. You're not getting the rush of rope drop, and people are having to sort of sprinkle in from throughout the park to try to catch up on space. That's how we were able to do this in like 10 or 15 minutes when the last time that space didn't open at rope drop, we caught it at the reopening. And we got through quicker, actually. We got through quicker at that point than we would have if we had actually been here for the proper rope drop. Because best case scenario, when the rope drops at 8 a.m., best case scenario is 8:15. I don't think I've ever beaten 8:15, usually closer to 8:20. So that's from the rope to getting out is 20 minutes. We're getting into this queue now at 8:33. Good sign down there, you guys. They're walking right out of that door. No queue. So we're gonna walk in to this extended spot and we're gonna walk straight through. That's a very good development considering I thought we might be here a little bit late for the reopening, rope drop after a breakdown. And this is what I was talking about before in terms of getting an actual benefit from this, is that we would be waiting right here. I've rope dropped Space Mountain many times where I'm stopped at this point. So, it looks like they have stopped here at the door. Okay, not great. Okay. We've mixed at 8:41, so that's 8 minutes that we just spent getting to this point. We're gonna spend probably 3 or 4 minutes here. What did I say? 15 minutes was like the best you could do, but that's from the actual rope drop. So if we're starting at 8:33 and that's when we got into the queue at 8:33, 8:41. If we're out of here at 8:48, then it's an absolute victory. But even still, okay, so maybe add a minute or two, because it takes about that long to walk from the rope to the threshold. So we'll call it 8:46. 8:46 is an absolute victory. I would be happy though with 8:50. Being done with space after it being closed at rope drop, getting space done by 8:50 and 2 other attractions, and that's a hero moment for us. Now that I realize, or think about it, 8:46 is impossible. I don't think there's any chance we get there. That means we get it in our vehicle pretty much now, in the next minute or so. Because you figure 3 minutes on the ride, right? 3 minutes, then you got to get out. You got to get out of the queue. We're going to be, more realistically speaking, it's 8:42. It's 8:43 now, so we have no shot of that. 8:43, probably another 3 minutes here. 46, 7, 50, 52. I'm going to say we're going to be in the common area of Tomorrowland at 8:52. Maybe 8:53. That's my prediction. 8:53, which, by the way, I'm still good with. I'm still good with that. All right. Row 1 at 8:46. normally I'm a backseat guy. I like to sit in the last seat, but Space Mountain is absolutely the best from the front. That's up the stairs at 8:51. This guy. It is 8:53 as we reach the common area here in Tomorrowland. Like, that's just, you've done this enough time, down to the minute. Down to the minute. Okay, and actually we're doing great now at this point. It's 8:53 and we're back on schedule now. We're back on our regular schedule because I would have hoped to be at either Indy or Big Thunder by 9 a.m. Hi guys, morning. By 9 a.m., which, I mean, we got a few minutes to walk. We're gonna get there. We're gonna go to Indy first. But we'll be at Indy about 5 minutes ahead of schedule, with the only downside being, wait, we've done 3 rides? Wait, that can't be, oh no, wait. I'm leaving Indy by 9. I'm supposed to have left. Yeah, I'm looking, my times are showing my time leaving. 8:15, leave Space Mountain. 8:30, leave Matterhorn. 9 o'clock, leave Indiana Jones. Now, the goal then would have been to leave Space Mountain by 9 because we changed our third attraction. So we're actually 7 minutes or 6 minutes now at this point ahead of that schedule. And then I would have hoped to have been done with my fourth attraction by 9:30, which should be no problem at all. Morning. Arriving at Adventureland to check in on Indiana Jones next. What we're looking for here, we want to do Indy if we can. What we're looking for is to see where the back of the queue is. If it's bad, we'll just jump over to Big Thunder. If it's good, we're gonna hang out here. Posted says 20, that's good. Guests are, see now if the guests are turning directly right and up to the ramp, then you won. And this is how you beat, hi guys, morning. This is how you beat rope dropping Indiana Jones. I'm not a fan of rope dropping Indiana Jones, except, oh, see, that's the total win. Guys, look it is 9 o'clock, and look at Indy right here. No reason to rope drop this attraction when you get this kind of result. No reason at all. We're into the queue at 8:57, and we've achieved the exact same result, maybe even done better, just like we did at Space Mountain. We've achieved the exact same result than we would have if we had rope dropped it. Indy is gettable between 8:30 and 9, maybe even 9:15. I mean, your results may vary. I've been here at 9:15 where there is a queue, but more often than not, you're gonna get a break. Getting here at 9 or 9:15, we're getting here at just shy of 9 o'clock, 8:58. Indy is gettable, but Space Mountain and Matterhorn, I'm telling you, man, those are hard to do an hour after the park opens, especially Space Mountain. So that's why I say, number one, no matter what you're trying to do, if Space Mountain is on your agenda, Space Mountain should be your very first attraction. And it still worked out. It was our first attraction, and it still worked out that we got everything done in a very efficient manner by doing it third because of the breakdown. Which, by the way, it was 46, 13, 33. Yeah, we were talking about that conversation we were having in the queue. We got in the queue at 8:33. Let's subtract 2 minutes, saying we started at 8:31 at rope drop. Took us 2 minutes to get from the rope to the threshold. Theoretically, if we were to have rope dropped it, starting at 8:31, we were in our boat at 8:46. We were near our boat at 8:46. We were out into the threshold at 8:53. That was a 22-minute return. I've done 22 minutes at proper rope drop, so absolute victory there. We're having a hero morning in spite of 5 attractions being closed at rope drop. In spite of 5 attractions being 5 e-tickets being closed, there are more. Pirates just went down, I think. In spite of that, we're still having an incredibly successful rope drop morning. I could not be more happy. And to the mix point at 9 a.m. that took us 3 minutes to get to here. 3 minutes.
Get to
And we're at the film room at 9:03. Took us 6 minutes to get here. We'll probably be parked here for a little bit while we wait for this queue to process. Now, Indiana Jones, another reason why I don't like rope dropping this is for the same reason that I mentioned for Runaway Railway. It's a very long queue. It takes you, 5-7 minutes just to walk it, even if at rope drop when it's wide open. Plus you've got the pre-show, and then it's a kind of a longish ride also, 4 or 5 minutes. So it's a big time investment at the beginning of the morning. When I want to be tackling other attractions that go quicker. Matterhorn and Space Mountain. Although Space Mountain can be lengthy at times, because it's a long queue to walk through also. But still, you can't skip Space Mountain first. Indiana Jones is gettable at this point versus rope drop, which is why I like waiting until now. And then when we're done here, hopefully by 9:30, we might have a shot at Rise of the Resistance. 9:05, we finally got released, so that is now 9:06 now, and that puts us at 9 minutes to this point. We got quickly to our vehicle at 9:10 a.m. I slid right in here, 9:10 a.m. So that's what, 13 minutes total.
Treasure of Mara.
That's 9:16. 4 attractions by 9:16, including all 3 that was on our initial list. My projected schedule was supposed to be Space Mountain, Matterhorn, Indy, done with Indy by 9, and done with Big Thunder by 9:30. We are actually ahead of that pace. Having added in Roger Rabbit, we are ahead of my what I thought would be a fairly aggressive, standard-ish rope drop pattern. We're walking out of Indy right now, and we'll be in the common area about 9:18. I just can't believe how fastly this is going. It worked in our favor on all 3 major e-tickets that we're trying to hit today. It worked in our favor for Matterhorn, because we got through that quickly. Worked in our favor on Space Mountain. Worked in our favor in Indiana Jones. We were crushing it. And it looks like the Indy queue in the time that we've been in there has only gotten marginally more busy. It's still a great value right now. Look at the back of that queue right there. Now we do have the option of Big Thunder. If that's what you want to do, go ahead and do Big Thunder right now. But this is where I recommend trying to attack Rise of the Resistance, because it's the actual epitome of what I was talking about with Indy and Runaway Railway. That queue is so big and so long. The show is long. There's a pre-show. There's 2 pre-shows that it takes up your whole morning. And I absolutely abhor the idea of spending an hour, even optimally spending an hour of your rope drop morning on one attraction, no matter how good it is, when I can spend that same hour at 9:30 instead of 8 o'clock. I hope that makes sense. You'd save very little time going now compared to rope dropping. In fact, it could even be worse. It could, well, I mean, your mileage may vary, but you're gonna spend roughly the same amount of time, maybe a few minutes extra here or there. You're not gonna get an hour wait at this point, I don't think. I'm almost positive that we're gonna get something like 45 minutes tops. We're gonna do a quick drive-by of Haunted Mansion, just to show that you don't need to rope drop this. That says 25, but you can see the back of the queue is fairly loose back there. It's in that secondary section in the back, the graveyard area. So that's a pretty good opportunity still. No reason to rush Haunted Mansion. Same thing for Tiana's Bio Adventure. No reason to rope drop this guy. 5 minutes right now. Now it's not only on the hottest of days, the hottest of periods, August, September, should you be thinking maybe rope dropping Tiana's, but on a rather normal fall or wintry day like we're having today, where it's, what is it? Not even 70. It's 63 degrees out right now. That's a walk-on. Tiana's is a walk-on, even at 9:20. Mind you, if you want to ride Tiana's right now, go for it. If that's your thing. If you prefer that over Rise of the Resistance or whatever, that's fine. I'm just saying you don't have to rope drop it. You can put that off. You don't have to move, if Tiana's is a priority for you, you don't have to move that up in your schedule. No reason to do that. Capture some other rides, capture Matterhorn, capture Space Mountain, Indiana Jones, then hit Tiana's on anything but an 80-degree morning. Arriving now at Galaxy's Edge at 9:22 after about maybe a 4 or 5 minute walk. I mean, I made some stops. I'm not positive what time it was, but I made a couple stops along the way for B-roll, etc. It's actually longer queue than I was expecting to find. It's not in section 3, but it is in section 2. And the only question really is how much competition are you getting from Lightning Lane at this point? But that's still a win. Hi guys, good morning. That's still a win, I think. Let's see. It's pretty packed out here. Very, very busy. A little bit of Lightning Lane action right there. They're calling it 55. Ooh, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. I gotta put this one down in the books. I say that because I don't believe this is a 55-minute queue. I believe this is probably closer to a 35-minute queue, maybe not even that. And I'm excited to see what the time trial is going to be. This might be something that we put up on Tours Departing Daily to see how the race goes. We're going to race the clock, and we're going to keep this thing going. And I think we're going to be something closer to 35. If you've ever watched this show before, if you've ever watched us talk about Rise of the Resistance and its queue, if you've ever seen that 30 rides in 30 days video we did, 55 minutes is generally going to be section 4. If you're going to get an hour wait, it's usually going to be you waiting in section 4, at least section 3. Which it is, actually. We are in section 3 right now, but just half of it. Just this one switch back here, this one there, and the one I'm in now. And it does extend out into this area here. That's part of section 3 also. So it is a little bit, it's gonna be a wait, but it's not gonna be 55. So that's section 1. We've arrived at section 1 in 6 minutes and, that's my wife. You don't want to see that. 6 minutes and 12 seconds. That's not bad. We're moving okay. It was a little sticky at first, but the queue has started to open up a little bit. It's moving with a pretty good pace. We're going to be into the caves here in a couple minutes. We'll probably be into the interior queue. If it's 6.5 minutes now, I'm going to say by 11 minutes, in the next 4.5 minutes, we'll arrive at the interior portion of the queue. And we are now into the caves at 8:20 or 8 minutes and 22 seconds, right on schedule. I'm sick, guys. I am sick. Now, given the density and the pace with which this queue is moving presently, we're now at 12 minutes and 20 seconds. I would say we're probably going to be in the Ray Room in 13 minutes. I think 13 minutes. So we're going to say 25. We'll be in the Ray Room in 25 minutes. So into the Armory at 9:42 a.m. It has been 18 minutes and 31 seconds so far, right on schedule for a 25-minute arrival at the Ray Room. Well, things have suddenly gotten much more sticky. They've slowed down incredibly. It took us about 4 minutes just to get through the Armory. So we're at 22, closing in on 23 minutes at this point, and we still have to get through flight prep. So we're not going to make 25 minutes. I can only guess Lightning Lane. they got a rush of lightning lane perhaps, or maybe they're having some difficulties with ride vehicles. But we're going to be closer. We're still going to be way ahead of that 55. We're going to blow out that 55. It's going to be closer to that 35 that I guessed when we first got in the queue. But 25 is not going to happen, I don't think. Yeah, something's definitely wrong. We're going to spend, we're now at, what did I say, 18? We're 10 minutes, and we still haven't left the flight prep. 10 minutes since we arrived at the Armory, so this has just come down to a screeching halt, this queue. Something's wrong back there.
All the empty space. There is no
32 minutes all in. 32 minutes we just arrived at the Ray Room, so we were 7 minutes off our 25-minute estimation, but like I said, everything came to a screeching halt, but then it picked up right at the very end, still well under the 55-minute posted, closer to our 35-minute projection. I'm still very, very happy with this result.
BB-8, is everyone assembled? Good. Shouldn't you be in flight prep? Recruits, thank you for joining the cause.
All recruits to transport. No need for safety gear, it'll be a smooth ride.
I have a bad feeling about this. Stand back from those doors.
This ship is in control, first order.
Let's go, everyone. Sign your colors. All right, blue, red, orange, gray, red. Sign your colors.
Tell them it's a prisoner transfer.
To go to the prisoner.
Brave, but ultimately hopeless.
There's nowhere to run.
Your escape routes came in a little off target. Ground crews will meet you outside the wreck.
Great job, recruits. Thanks to your heroism, the location of the resistance base is secure.
And that is us, Fresh Baked, walking out of Rise of the Resistance at 10:13 in the morning. Roger Rabbit, Matterhorn, Space Mountain, Indiana Jones, Rise of the Resistance. Is that right? Roger Rabbit, Matterhorn, Space Mountain, Indiana Jones, Rise of the Resistance, 5 attractions, 2.25 hours, with getting whiffed completely on the first 3 tries. We missed our first 3 attractions. We didn't ride until we hit our 4th queue, or we didn't start. That's how you turn defeat into victory. That was a great morning, you guys. That was a great, great morning. So stoked with that. And it looks like Rise of the Resistance is still looking pretty good. This is about the same queue. You guys are gonna wait 30 minutes, you guys. You're all gonna wait 30 minutes. What I would hope that everybody takes from this, is start at Space Mountain. Even if it goes badly, you still wanna start at Space Mountain. You can still recover. The key is to not panic, not panic, stay in the neighborhood because it's gonna open. It's not an overdeal, you don't give up. Stay in the neighborhood, stay Toontown or maybe Fantasyland or something like that. Go, but still keep trying Lightning Lane attractions only. Don't panic. Don't do something that isn't still a valid Lightning Lane attraction like Jungle Cruise or Astro Orbiter or Star Tours, right? Don't panic. Just keep going to the next iteration on that same path that I'm giving you. Space Mountain, Matterhorn, and then there's options at that point where we went to Toontown. That was a last resort kind of situation, but it still worked out perfectly for us. We got Roger Rabbit in there, came right back and just knocked everything out. It worked well. Don't panic. Stay focused. Keep your eye on the ball, Fresh Baked. Keep your eye on the ball. We'll see you next time. Be safe out there. Be kind to one another. Fresh Baked.